we hear an awful lot about awareness. There's autism awareness, disabilities awareness, but a lot of the awareness that we hear is not very helpful. Like the person or child is shamed, and in order to raise money, pity is raised that makes someone look bad. For example, there is a firm or a organization that actually put on one of their videos that's on the internet that one of the mothers thought about suicide with the child. So that what hope does that give parents or people who might want to relate to them? There are strength and fun with people with disabilities just as much as challenges. So today we're going to talk about some of the things you might not know about what life for parents of children with disabilities and what you can do to help. But we're also going to talk about some of the fun things and the joy. And if there's time left, I hope that maybe a couple of you will share some funny story that about what Billy has meant to you, or something that Billy did in the time with him. One thing a lot of people may not know, unless you've heard me talk about it before, is what Sunday mornings are like. I like to say when I'm giving a speaking thing, you can tell if Billy's with me by how finished I am in getting ready. And you can tell on a Sunday morning a lot about our morning by the difference between what Billy looks like and what I look like. Because if I get dressed beforehand, it's going to likely get undone while I'm dressing him. So I have to get him ready, and then it's his tolerance. Will he watch a movie or play with the dog and get dog hair on his suit coat while I'm getting dressed? Whatever. Or will he just be ready to go, or will he fall asleep? And if I don't attend to that, we aren't going. And there's many times that I just choose to be in church, whether I finish my hair and put makeup on. I have walked through the door of church with him all dressed in his suit coat and have jeans and a wet head. It's the way it is. Another thing that many people don't know that parents of special needs children experience is sleep deprivation. If they seem a little goofy at times, that might have something to do with it. Not only the stress and the frustration, but it's really hard to function without sleep. We've been through periods with that with Billy, where he just gets his days and nights confused. And you never know. And a lot of parents on Twitter the other day, a blogger from the UK wrote, "It's 1 a.m. and Meg's up for the day." That's not an uncommon experience at all. Another thing is the financial impact. A lot of people have good insurance if one is working, some don't. But there's always a lot of co-pays and expenses that you wouldn't expect. For example, medications that aren't covered. That's not so much of a factor for us, but it is for a lot of people. And weird expenses. A funny one on Billy Ray is that I can remember the first bed I had when I was an adult and got married. I had 20 years. Billy's last him about 6 months because he bounces up and down and it breaks the box springs. And so then there's a hole because the mattress sinks into it. And so that's kind of, and we're fortunate that Billy doesn't have pica. Pica is where a child or adult will eat inappropriate things. dangerous things, and including their clothes. And other people have where they will throw things and break them. We've had some of that, not too much. Others tear their clothes up. So the cost of clothes can be a major thing. I've heard people say, and some bloggers write, that they feel like their life is held captive to their special needs child. And that's the reason is because there's some confusion about what to do. You know, if we walk through the door and something's different, is it safe to go in? In our former church, they changed the order of the service one day. Billy is very into giving offering. From the time he was like 2 years old, his late father gave him 2 $1 bills, and one was for Sunday school, and one was for junior church. And he always put it in his pocket. And so offering has and his stepfather continues to give him that. So offering's important to him. Well, we went to church that day in Woodburn, and they normally take the offering at a certain part, had done that for years. And Pastor Ray decided to take it at the end. So in the middle of service, where's going on here? We need the offering. You hear the term meltdown a lot in talking about special needs. You've actually witnessed at least one since Billy's been here. And that was when Bud and Maggie Pugh were here one time. And then afterwards, I think it was your anniversary, Sonia and Buck, or somebody's anniversary. Anyway, Billy has this routine where after church on Sunday we go to the Lapine Inn for lunch. So we didn't do that. We were going to go to the back, and he threw himself on the floor in the foyer, and it took a long time. Well, those meltdowns are because I don't understand what's going on here. And if you haven't prepared me, you know, if you prepared me for communion and we get to church and it's not happening this week, I'm confused. So you need a lot of, I use visuals, other people use different things to communicate to Billy what to expect. And that helps him a great deal. Well, that's really only a brief synopsis of what life is like, but you have to constantly be adapting and communicating with the child and with those around him. And I like to say, you read the signs. If one day you do something and it irritates him, and that happens again 2 or 3 more times, then you think, well, maybe if I did this different, a lot of times it'll just take it away.